What's up?
Is it working? Hey, how are you?
Shimmy, what's up?
What's up?
Hi. Hello.
How are you being affected by this whole quarantine coronavirus stuff?
There's a lot of different layers to how I've been affected. You know, I've been affected as a student, I've been affected as a student manager, and I've been affected as a person. I mean, I feel like everyone has been affected in some sort of way.
I had a lot of things like that I was looking forward to get canceled. Like I'm in the Gamify Circus, and so our big show got canceled, so we don't have that.
It's sort of like all up in the air currently. We don't really know what's going to happen, and it's kind of hard to make a newspaper when like you can't actually be in the location where you make the newspaper.
It's been a long 5 weeks. It's been really hard not being able to work, at least in my position, because I'm a photographer. My job is going out there and doing all the things, meeting people, going to events, covering games, and all of those things got canceled. So I think having to be stuck in my house and not being able to do what I love to do, it's difficult, and it's frustrating, and I want to go do all of the things, but I can't, and it's upsetting.
We had a lot of stuff planned for after spring break, like raffles and things like that, and there's just not much work to do because all the events were canceled. And now it's more of just been planning for next year, trying to plan as much as we can.
I don't think anything unique or unusual compared to everybody else. Just kind of doing a lot of home time here and trying to kind of cling to as much normal activity as we can. Teaching online has been a real challenge, but it works. It kind of is what it is.
Just because I am a very social person and I like to interact with people, obviously. Communications is what I'm going to for a career, so that kind of takes away that human interaction and that connection of the job.
It's been really difficult not to go into the office. I had this big calendar in the office that had a lot of important dates on it that I just can't get to.
With all sports being canceled, sports department has had a big role change. We haven't been able to go out and cover live sports, haven't been able to go to press conferences. It's changed a lot, the stories we do. We're having to find more featured stories and having to talk to people over the phones and not being able to, get those interviews in person, which I always think are better.
So what's been the hardest thing that you've had to adjust to?
Moving back in, man. It's like, I swear, I think, like when you're a senior and you graduate college and you got to come back home for a year or two to get yourself back on your feet. I wasn't ready for that. I was ready for my last 2 months of college with all my friends and, all you guys at work, and kind of trying to just live up as much as I can and really soak it in those last 2 months.
For me personally, in terms of kind of the challenges of this whole situation, it's really kind of been about family, and that's sort of in two parts. My real family, and then the Vidette and the ISU family. I mean, I miss my students in classroom. I love the classroom experience, even though I'm not like a professional lifetime teacher or whatever, but I really love that engagement and the interaction and having fun and creating an environment. I think that's good in the classroom, and doing that over Zoom it just doesn't really translate.
It's definitely hard to get motivated. Because there is a different you feel differently when you're at school, when you're in the environment. I know on Sundays I would always go to the library with my a couple of my friends, or even just one of my friends, and we would just go and get work done because Lord knows over the weekend we weren't doing any work. We were having a good time.
Hardest thing, I would say definitely doing having stuff done for clients. It was just kind of hard getting content and things together, packaged together. Whereas in person, when we would just do it, would be an easy thing. We'd each have our own specific duties as far as sales and marketing went.
Hardest challenge, it's kind of just temptation to actually just want to go outside and do something. They had the golf course open a few days early on, so I definitely went and took advantage of that. But when we had that nice weather and being stuck inside all day, that was horrible.
I mean, getting my parents to kind of understand, I have both a job and I both have online classes. So just having them just try to understand, if my door is closed, don't barge in and talk to me, I'm doing stuff. And so just on top of that, like my mental health, I guess you could say, just has been like a struggle too, just keeping up with everything going on and just all that. So yeah.
Keeping up with reporters and what they're doing has been a lot harder now that we're all disconnected and online. Because there's a difference between like seeing their face and asking them how they are and just like texting. It's not quite the same.
I think being a senior, it's like hitting the hardest because not only did my senior year get cut short, I basically got booted off campus. All of our classes are online, and all of the people that I see like every single day, I don't get to see anymore. I think the real kicker is that we don't get to have a commencement. And I know it's stupid, like you think, oh yeah, you just get to walk across the stage and here's a piece of paper, but like you're doing it like with the friends you've made, you're doing it. It's kind of a last hurrah for the friends that you have made. You don't know when you're going to see them. Hey, I just completed my like degree. That's kind of a big deal. I'd like to celebrate it. And we just kind of had all that.
One of the biggest challenges of also being a news reporter on top of doing my own reporting has been trying to interact with the reporters that we do have. A lot of them are still learning, so being away and not being able to physically be in person and help them through their issues has been kind of difficult. At the same time, balancing all of the other schoolwork and other jobs and stuff that I'm working as well. But also just trying to understand when you're reaching out to sources as well, that people's schedules are all like out of whack now. So it's really hard to like get in contact with people and like work things out because maybe they're also working from home or they have their family to take care of and stuff like that. So it's kind of been hard to prioritize, I guess, and really have solid interactions and interviews with people.
Honestly, living at home again with my parents, definitely rather be out covering sports than sitting at home all the time. Life kind of sucks without sports though.
Like it's just like I have to have better time management because like I can't like physically go into like the Vidette office and like write my stories and stuff, so I just have to like kind of hold myself accountable to like do it myself like at my apartment.
I really appreciate the time that I've had with my family. Our society is in such a weird state right now. And I think once, bars and restaurants and, grocery stores and things kind of start getting back to more normal, you'll see less and less people with masks on in public. I think that'll kind of just really hit me like, wow, like I really appreciate just the normalcy that life brings you.
Just a game, just something to root for. That's what I really wish I would have appreciated more, just any sport, honestly.
Appreciating just the people that and that I'm surround myself with, and just appreciating the fact that we go to a school where they actually care about us.
People on a daily basis. At first I didn't really notice it because I was like, okay, just do my own thing, chill. But then after 2-3 weeks, you kind of just start realizing, oh my God, this is kind of weird. You're not talking to anyone. I'm really only talking to people in my family and a couple friends here and there.
What I learned to appreciate the most is just sports. I would love to watch ISU get blown out by Valpo right now, or blow a 20-point lead. I will never complain about having to cover a bad game again.
It's hard, it's really hard. Those little things that we have certainly, at least I know I have taken for granted in terms of that interactivity, that human touch. I'm kind of a touchy-feely guy. I'm big on handshakes and hugs and stuff like that. I feel like, it is probably going to be the new reality, at least we have to be careful with how we do those things, but so it's I said family kind of on both ends of things here. The Vidette and the ISU family, the faculty members, and we had a staff meeting here a couple weeks ago with School of Com faculty, and it's great seeing their faces, but again, it's just not the same as being in the same room with these pretty amazing and bright, brilliant people.
I think one of the most important things that I've learned is that it's okay to take a break from your busy schedule and make time for yourself. I've definitely learned to appreciate having some downtime and being able to do creative things that I normally wouldn't do.
In terms of other things, it's honestly it just makes you appreciate life the way you had it. In terms of school, being in a classroom, I've learned to appreciate a lot more, just because I didn't realize how much I needed that environment and stuff like that.
I would always be oh, I don't want to go to class today, and I don't know, I just want to lay in bed all day, and now it's well, now I can do that, and I don't want to do that.